Hello, I saw in the news, Punch, Punch newspaper, that the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations, they are worried about the outflow. Let me use the word outflow of Nigerians, especially youths and professionals, out of the country in what we describe as the Japa syndrome. So they are worried about the Japa syndrome, young people leaving the country and all of that, and they are going to collect database, find a way to ensure this syndrome stops. And this means they are going to find out how things are done, what is done to keep youths in the country and all of that. Now, for me, what I think this is another jamboree or another means of the Senate who probably do not have enough to do to waste taxpayers' money in the name of going to look for solution to the Japa syndrome. Madam Natasha, Senator Natasha, and your committee members, you don't have to do anything. You can't stop this Japa syndrome. The system, there has to be a system in place to stop youths, because the youths just feel that their future is not guaranteed in Nigeria. This, some of the countries that even Nigerian youths go to, they don't even have, half of what we have in Nigeria. But they choose to go to this country because the system works. So, I'm sure maybe you and your committee members probably see this video, but let me tell you some of the things that will help to curtail the Japa syndrome. One, when Nigerians, when getting admission into a university is no longer a prayer point, Nigerians will stay. When insecurity is fought and reduced to the barest minimum, because it's insecurity everywhere in the world, but what we have in Nigeria is alarming. When you fight insecurity, then the youth will stay back. When public transport is of global standard, because you go to some states, there's no public transport, and you see people falling victims for one chance and other vicious crimes just because there's no public transport put in place by the government to take people from one point to the other. These are some of the things youths enjoy in other parts of the world. When the children of the elites start attending public schools, public universities in Nigeria, not when the Minister of Education or the chairman or ES of Universities Commission is attending the graduation of his son in Scotland, daughter graduation in the US or France or this. No. When the children of the elite start attending public schools in Nigeria, then the Japa syndrome will be reduced. When professors, medical doctors, nurses are not paid peanuts, because every day we see resident doctors on strike, when doctors, professors are not paid peanuts, why members of the House of Rep, the Senate, and bogus salaries for doing almost nothing. The other day we saw a video of a senator from one of the Southwest, can't even move a motion. That man earns much more than a professor in a Nigerian university. When professors are not paid peanuts, then things will get better. When the educational system is well funded, UNESCO recommendation 26% of the budget, when education is well funded, when we stop seeing less of ASU strike, when education is well funded, departments of government in universities well funded, so people get adequate education, something equivalent of what they will get when they travel to Europe, then you are fighting that in place, the Japa syndrome will be reduced. When there are good roads across the country, because some of the committee members and the senator, they've traveled to different parts of the world, they've seen good roads. Why can't we replicate the same in Nigeria? When there are good roads, business will thrive, the GDP will grow. When we have all of this, the Japa syndrome will reduce. When there's stable electricity and water, just like what you have in other parts of the world, When you have electricity or water, it's no longer a prayer point or anything like that. Just like you have across the world. These are essentials. When you have all of this, the Japa syndrome will reduce. Because that's some of the basic things that make people to want to live the country. Security, water, good and well-funded health system. When we start having policies that are not urban biased policies that will encompass both the urban and the rural areas. Because you go to some primary healthcare centers, just like the one that Procol doctor showed the other day, absolutely nothing. Some hospitals don't even have doctors. When we have a good and well-funded health system, not all the propaganda health system they say people from abroad are coming to Nigeria. They go not to government hospitals, they go to private hospitals, because there are some private hospitals with international standards, and these private hospitals, they are not within the reach of the poor. So when we have a good functional public health system in Nigeria, the Japa syndrome will reduce. When fighting corruption is no longer a tool in the hands of the ruling class, it's no longer a tool in the hands of the government of the day. Because otherwise, how do you explain people who are the ones criticizing and pointing out things up the rot in the society? They're the ones haunted by the EFCC. Why the likes of Yahya Bello and the rest of them go about freely, even with security of the state? When somebody like Ganduje is chairman of national chairman of the APC. So fighting corruption should not just be a vendetta thing. When fighting corruption, it's real fighting corruption, irrespective of whose ox is God. When INEC decides to conduct credible elections and let the vote of the people count, just like in an ideal democracy, not when INEC will collect billions of naira that would have been used to better the lives of the poor ones, used to conduct sham elections in Nigeria. And you expect people to sit back? No. When people don't even know when their future is not guaranteed. Some people have been graduates for over 10 years, no good job. When the IG will not just pick up people from their homes because of they criticize them. This is democracy. People have the right to criticize those in public offices, being paid by the taxpayers' money. People have the right to raise their opinion. You don't pick them up and you label treason on them and cyber crime. When poverty is reduced, when the government is in a deliberate policy to reduce poverty as much as possible, not giving people handouts, giving them rights for 5,000 naira, 7,000 naira once in a while. When the son of nobody will get a juicy job, then we know that the government is ready to fight the Japa syndrome. But until then, we'll just be playing to the gallery, wasting public funds. And so, Senator Natasha, please take this into consideration. These are many more are the things that Nigerians enjoy abroad. That if they have them functional in Nigeria, that it's not based on your tribe, religion, or who you know. I'm telling you, a lot of youths will return to Nigeria. I can guarantee you that. So you don't have to waste, you and your committee members do not have to waste public, money, taxpayers' money to go on a white goose chase. Please. We need to make Nigeria work. And since you all are in government, you have to do everything possible to ensure these things are in place. Otherwise, it will just be mere talk, rhetorics, no action, nothing will happen, everything goes back to normal. I just hope. And if you think there's something else you think I haven't mentioned, that when put in place, youths will return to Nigeria and Nigeria will be better off with the youth. Will have great future, great hope for the Nigeria. Please, you can mention them in the comment section. And rest assured, I will reply. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and the WhatsApp the WhatsApp number showing on the screen. Please reach out to me. Tell me what you think about how to eradicate or reduce this level of Japa syndrome. Thank you.